Malice in the Palace. We here, man.
19th, 2004. The NBA has just changed forever.
This is going to change the climate of the NBA.
Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench.
A police officer runs up to us and has his mace out.
Watch the upper right-hand corner of your screen now. Here's a chair thrown in, flying in the direction of Jermaine O'Neal.
After decades of rebuilding
Niggas was throwing chairs. His name.
in the league's image, the narrative is now out of their hands.
It is clear American
Them fans was
hate professional athletes.
Talking to people who
fans
suffered injuries and were victims, and
Bomb!
put together and presented to the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office.
But let's go back a couple of hours. Do a punch against an instigating fan. But what happened even before this? Let's just go back to, let's say, the fourth quarter of this game. With around 8 minutes left in the fourth, after trailing the entire game, the Pistons would mount a comeback, cutting the lead to 5.
Phillips, Wallace fouled and it goes in.
Okay.
Though this was just a November matchup, it was the first rematch
Regular
of the
season
Eastern
game.
Conference Finals, and both teams wanted this game badly, with Chauncey Billups even showing up to the game wearing his championship ring.
Damn.
Very few guys, when they get them, however, do they wear them? Chauncey Billups is the exception.
However, 5 is as close as the Pistons can get it, with Detroit missing seemingly every momentum-shifting shot.
That's a three. And up against the shot clock as well. Prince will try a three.
Damn.
Wallace.
They missing everything.
The fans would go restless, and with 3 minutes remaining, the game is all but over.
And some of the fans here in the Palace heading for the exits. Not only do the Pistons need a miracle, they need a flat-out collapse by the Indiana Pacers.
With under a minute left, Jamal Tinsley would instruct Ron Artest to go, quote, get his foul.
I'm at the free throw line. I turn around, I hear Jamal say something to you. If you got any type of shit you want to get off your chest during the game, Jamal's gonna be the one to remind you, okay? Trust me, he don't forget nothing.
Artest would oblige, fouling Ben Wallace on the other end. Wallace was not in the right headspace today.
Wallace came back in there last
No,
game.
he wasn't.
Just the previous two because of the death of his older brother.
But why would
Wallace
Jamal
would
Tinsley?
respond with this.
Ooh.
This is fouled, and Wallace did. Oh, Wallace right at Artest. This has.
He was trying to get right with Artest, I ain't gonna lie.
Artest has had a stellar night and is coming into this game already under loads of controversy.
The Lord's still coming out.
Well, that's like a.
So let's just go get the album.
At halftime, he will also give this now forgotten interview.
All right, Ron, thanks for your time.
The Lord coming out November 23rd.
Forgotten.
He just won't let it go. He was so close to just doing it so right.
After being shoved, Artest would respond by laying on the scores table.
At that point, I was ready in therapy. So I was practicing in real time. 1, 2, 3, before you do anything.
Even when you talking about, you say therapy helped you, we all knew what you was supposed to be doing. Like when you get to the point where you got mad or so, we all knew what you was gonna do. You was gonna go somewhere and sit down and try to calm yourself down. So we knew. We knew you was finna do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Meanwhile, a suited Reggie Miller would come guarding the scores table. Miller, who had suffered a broken hand in preseason, has yet to be suited up for a game this season. Earlier this game, it was announced that he had been making great progress.
Pacers only have 10 players suiting up tonight. There are many other guys who are injured. He's trying to change shape and run. I asked him how long it would be. He said a couple of weeks. Rick Carlisle then walked in. He said, Coach, I can go tonight if you need me because we're short.
Miller also isn't the only person injured for this game, as Pistons coach Larry Brown is also recovering from his recent hip replacement.
Hey, Mike, I had a chance to speak to Larry Brown before the game, and sitting in this chair is not really comfortable at all.
While Artest laid on the scores table, Ben Wallace wasn't finished.
Damn, there's a lot of shit going on during this game, bro.
So he just steady throwing them, and so people started throwing stuff from the stands.
Ron goes, lays down. I'm kind of like, hey, calm down, big fella, you know, like this. Just stroking him while he's laying on the...
Stroking him is crazy. That was insane.
Everyone's talking. I mean, that's how, you know, those scrums go. Everyone puffs out their chest and everyone breaks it up and tech here, double tech. Let's shoot some free throws. Let's get on out of here. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the red cup traveling in slow motion.
The dude with the blue through it.
Towards Ron. Man.
Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table.
The dude with the blue threw it.
To the bench. Artest is in the stands. Oh, this is
Steven Jackson hit that nigga with a mean one. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, Steven Jackson, bro. What? Steven Jackson. First of all, the dude with the blue threw it. Bro, the dude with the blue is he let the dude get beat up and try to grab Ron after the fact. Now the fans, I ain't know. But this could have been all avoided if the fans wouldn't have had beer or the fans would have been in his place. He threw it, tried to be slick, and then let Ron go past him.
Man.
Watch him. He's like, and hands in his pocket. He got his hands in his pocket. Steven Jackson said, how do you get?
This is awful. Fans are getting involved. Steven Jackson's in the fans. Rasheed Wallace going into the stands. The security trying.
Look at dude here, Ron.
Fans and players are going at it, and the players trying to help each other out. This is a disgrace.
Wait, let's slow it down a bit.
Oh!
What in the hell just happened? In the summer of 2000, fresh off their first ever NBA Finals appearance, the Pacers would make a move that will leave their fan base stunned, trading beloved point guard Mark Jackson for an unproven 21-year-old big man, who had averaged a mere 3.9 points per game the season prior. He would become not only an all-star, but also the most improved player in the league.
Damn.
O'Neal has now cemented himself as the franchise cornerstone for a new Pacers era, one that would soon add another game-changing piece. I think I speak for everyone that he was lucky to have slipped. For both their sakes.
Yeah, if he wanted to slip.
Why did Jermaine O'Neal feel the need to do this in the first place? Let's go back even more. Okay, why is there a fan on the court? Oh my goodness. The Pacers would trade for Ron Artest.
Nigga trade for Ron Artest, man.
For the Pacers moving forward. In Chicago, Ron Artest had the reputation of an eccentric problem child.
He's in the NBA and he had a part-time job at Circuit City. I used to drop him off at work. He really worked there in the back, like during the NBA. And then Jerry Krause found out and made him quit.
He's like, yeah, why are you working at Circuit City? I said, well, I'm trying to get a discount on these DVDs.
In Artest's first month on the team, in a foreshadowing moment, the Pacers would get into a mini scuffle with the Pistons.
Oh!
Corliss threw the ball, O'Neal, look out. He felt it was a cheap shot foul. Corliss, be careful. O'Neal with a punch to the jaw of Wallace. Another one to Curry. Somebody's gonna light him up.
That season, they would enter the playoffs as an 8th
Man, O'Neal was not rolling.
Game 5 in the first round, and almost stealing the series off more heroics by Reggie Miller.
Here's a three.
Mom! Reggie was different. Yeah, he was
After
different.
2 overtimes, the Pacers would run out of gas and be eliminated. The Nets will make it all the way to the finals before being swept by the Shaq and Kobe Lakers for their final championship. Unlike with O'Neal, Artest's development in Indiana would require a bit more patience. With Artest's anger issues becoming a bigger problem than expected, the Pacers would suggest for Artest to get therapy.
Ronnie seemed to go from 1 to 100 real quick. And
you think?
At a point, I just questioned whether he could control it. And so that's why we tried to get him help, and we eventually did.
And by the 2003 offseason, everything was finally coming into place. Indiana will bring in the missing piece of their puzzle, head coach Rick Carlisle. In his first season, Carlisle will lead the Pacers to a league-best 61 wins. Artest would also break out, becoming a first-time All-Star and winning Defensive Player of the Year. In the playoffs, they would breeze their way through to the conference
It's crazy
finals.
how this all came together, bro.
They would face the eventual champs Pistons, led by previous Pacers head coach Larry Brown. Indiana would lose the series in 6. The most memorable part of the series? In Game 2, while up 1-0 in the series with a chance to tie the game, Reggie Miller will be infamously blocked by Tayshaun Prince.
Oh yeah. Tayshaun said, I'm I'm Bron
While
before
just
Bron.
one
Don't play me.
It's also symbolic of where Reggie is in his career. Going into the final season, the Pacers were all united on one goal and one goal only, to win a championship for Reggie Miller. A sentiment that's even understood by the team's newest member, Steven Jackson.
We all understood what our motivation was for that season.
Why do they thought this duo was gonna be good together? The fuck? I blame the fans, gang.
I'm glad to see you because I've never had a chance to tell you that I'm sorry.
You don't need to say that to me, man. Come on, man. So, you don't need to apologize to me. First of all, you young cats.
Damn, really had a nigga in tears, ain't it? I can't watch some shit like that, but I ain't gonna lie.
Al, yourself.
Shit had me in tears, man.
Those last few years in Indiana, my best years. I didn't have my superpowers, but I felt, and you guys made me feel like I was Superman.
After that game, David Stern would hand down a historic suspension. 9 players for a total of 147 games, including Ron Artest, who will be suspended for the rest of the season, effectively ending the Pacers' title hopes.
My thing is, I'm gonna get how Ron Artest got spent for the rest of the season. He did the least damage. He did the least damage. I'm talking about Ron Artest did the least damage, bro. That is insane.
Soon after, Reggie Miller would announce that this would be his final season. Yet, even while being shorthanded, the Pacers, led by Miller's leadership, make it all the way to the second round against the Pistons, again pushing Detroit to 6 games. In the closing seconds of Reggie's career, his former coach, Larry Brown, would call a timeout.
And Larry calls a timeout so he can bring his team to the other side of the court and join in this.
Respect, Larry. That's respect. Larry Brown, man. That's respect.
To this day, Reggie Miller
That's
is still
crazy.
the face of the Indiana Pacers. In the 2025 finals, he would attend every game, donning the jerseys of his former teammates, cheering them for their wins.
That's hard. That's hard. Nah, that's hard.
Most importantly, being there for their losses. Will the Pacers ever win a championship? I don't know.
Nah, it ain't happening, bit, bro. My thing is, gang, they was throwing bowls out there. They was getting right. But my thing is, Ron Artest got suspended the most probably because he went into the crowd. But he got hit with the beard and did less damage. He was taking the most bowls. Yo, that's insane, bro. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, though, bro. That was nasty, though. That was nasty. Don't give it a huddle with y'all, bro. Yo, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. I want to see more NBA legends or NBA stories. You know what I'm saying? NBA reactions, highlights. Let me know in the comments, man. I'm excited for the video, man. No cap.